we back for week 5 of Guaranteed Fresh. I mean, we're really on a roll now. We had a guest last week, Black and Beer. We learned some really good investment tips.
Yes.
Did you start investing yet? You still looking over?
I'm still looking over, still Googling and making sure everything is what, I want.
Right. Well, if you haven't watched it, go back and watch that episode because some really good jewels in terms of investing and money management and all that kind of stuff, what to do for the holidays. And we really want you all to go back and look at that because there's some really good stuff in there. So let's just hop right into it. What's good, Coach Jay?
What's good? Hey, this week, it's time. We've been preparing. We've been promoting. Roll to the pole. Drop it at the trop.
Drop it at the trop. That's
still going on. Mm-hmm. Hey, but it's time. Okay, we have to do what we have to do to get the right people in office. Let's take this serious. Let's go out and vote. Make sure you know where you're voting at, the right branch to go to, and let's just take advantage of this moment.
Right. I've heard some people have some pretty interesting encounters dropping off their dropping off their ballots. So don't let anybody intimidate you from voting. Still do it.
Yes.
But be safe. What's good for this week is the cutest little boy that I've ever seen on Facebook. His name is Samuel. I'm not sure of his last name, but his name is Samuel. He did his complete A to Z's, his ABCs, giving different careers that you can be.
Okay.
He went from computer web developer, like gaming developer, architect, engineer. I don't know about you, but when I think it's safe to say that he might be like 6 or 7 years old.
Maybe.
Kindergarten?
Yeah, I can kindergarten.
Maybe even kindergarten. It's safe to say that I didn't even think that those things were a thing when I was that age.
No. The big words.
Right. Yes. The big words.
Yes.
Like a whole computer engineer out here. What did he say? Gastro.
Gastro.
Gastro. I still can't say it, and I'm this many years old.
Yeah.
But it's the doctor for your gut.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to go with.
And he explained that too.
He did.
With every word he explained. So, yeah.
He explained the significance. And it's just really good to see somebody of that age just knowing the possibilities and knowing that you're not boxed into one career or one thing. I mean, I think that's even important for people our age or even older. Like, you can be anything that you want to be. So that was my what's good for this week. And I think it's a good segue into our topic for this week.
The topic?
We're talking about a great man. 2020 presidential candidate.
Oh my
He told
gosh.
you in his latest track from this year. You heard it?
No, what's the latest track?
It's called, what's the name of the song? It just came out 2022. Let me look it up.
2020. We supposed to, this your guy.
Hold on, it is my guy. It's called Nah Nah Nah. See, that's why I didn't really.
How could you forget a name like Nah Nah?
How could you not?
No.
Anyway, the song is called Nah Nah Nah. This is where he boasts about being a presidential candidate for 2020.
Okay.
Right alongside Auntie Kamala and Joe Biden, Trump, and his minion. We're talking about if y'all didn't know, Kanye West. Well, how you feel about Kanye?
Kanye, very talented dude.
Right.
Possibly misunderstood, depending on what side of the spectrum you're on.
Mm-hmm.
Could be crazy.
Crazy?
Depending on the side of the spectrum you're on.
Everybody's a little crazy.
Kanye got a different kind of crazy, though. Let's just be...
You can admit that.
Yeah, so that's how I feel about him.
That's it? That's all you got?
He's legendary. I mean, we're going to see what we get into when we talk about Mr. Kanye.
Personally, I have a connection with Kanye's music probably because of the time that it came out.
Okay.
Like, first album, I was a freshman in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Gibbs High School, and Kanye was probably one of my greatest influences at that time. Because before that, I was in private school. This, like, going to Gibbs was my first taste of, like, real life. And Kanye was coming out then. Okay. So just imagine, like, what was some of the first songs that you heard of Kanye that you connected with?
The first song I heard of Kanye, Through the Wire, the original version, when he recorded it with his jaw wired shut.
Right.
And the person who was explaining this, because I was a big Rockefeller fan, so anything Rockefeller put out, I'm going to listen to. So the person who was explaining this guy to me, he was like, yeah, man, he just got into an accident. His jaw was short. He recorded this, man. You hear that? You hear it? I'm like, okay. But it was a tough track.
It was tough.
That's a tough track.
Definitely.
So that was my first experience to Kanye.
College Dropout. Epic album.
Okay.
Definitely for somebody who is kind of awkward, like weird. Definitely music for the weirdos, because it wasn't necessarily what you were hearing at that time.
Nothing like you was hearing.
Nothing like what you was hearing. It was talking about being in school, dropping out of college, doing something, actually going for your goals and things like that. So I would honestly argue that he makes music for the weirdos and music for creatives. And that's where I kind of connected with him from the beginning. But along the way, you know, we've gone through a different kind of up and down with Kanye. Like personally, like in his personal.
But have we? Because
yeah.
Okay, because you're a Kanye fan, so I want to know, have we? Because I know how I feel about him.
How you feel?
But hold up.
Okay.
I know a couple people that's real deal Kanye fans, and they don't sway off how they feel about him. So have you felt this way about it? He's up and down. Some people still feel like he is what he claims to be.
I think at the core of it, he's still Kanye.
Okay.
At the core of it. His music has changed a lot. Like I think one of the albums where he kind of not lost me, but I wasn't as interested, was probably Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Okay.
You remember that? That Kanye? Like that was Amber Rose Kanye.
I forgot he was it.
Right.
Yeah. So
it's around that time. He kind of like a different, like really dark, and that was not really something I was connecting with, because, you know, I was in college at that time, and I was focused on something else. So with what was going on with my life, his music didn't connect with me there.
Okay.
But albums after that, like he came out with Ye, of course, and then he has his gospel album. Like that's where it started kind of reconnecting with me, because it seemed like he was getting back to his core, or back to what we remember him for, but in a new, innovative way. You don't think?
After the third album, I was okay. 808 and Heartbreaks, yeah. You have a little something going on there. The rest of them, you may have a splash or something, but I'm not even giving the full spin because of his out of music activities. Like he was really on some what's up with buddy type stuff.
What did he do specifically that made you feel that?
I mean, he was just really tripping, just how he was looking. Like, I'm not a fan of the whole how he be rocking himself. Like $17,000 for a shirt with rat holes in it.
Stop it now.
I mean, like, whoa.
It's for somebody. If you sell it, somebody's gonna buy it.
Nah.
Somebody's gonna buy it.
I see.
It just wasn't for you.
It wasn't for me. He like, we're gonna get to it because you asked me. We got a question that's coming up, but nah.
All right. So I guess the question is, which one is your favorite Kanye?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Well, he had an album named Yeezus, right?
Yeah, Yeezus.
He was really going. What's wrong with him?
That was that era where everyone was saying he was comparing himself to God.
Yeah.
Saying that he was God, and that he is a God.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of people lost him. I mean,
nah. But how y'all lost him? And then when he said he having church, y'all went to his church.
Listen, no, you're not gonna do Sunday service like that, because Sunday service still slap. If they have Sunday service in Tampa Bay tomorrow, I'm going.
So I'm gonna pull a cash in line. Put it in the comments if you think it's crazy to go to a church of somebody who is called himself God, and did he say you're gonna have church? You pulling up? Put that in the comments.
People can change.
What?
Their perspective can change.
Nah, man.
I feel like Kanye is also another one of those artists and one of those people that you cannot listen to in sound bites. Like, people want to take clips from his interview and then say this is what he said. You have to listen to the entirety of the interview to actually get to what it was that he was saying, not just that little piece.
All right.
And that's what people like to do to him, to make him sound crazy. Like, of course, you know, the whole slavery as a choice was one of the was a soundbite that turned a lot of people against him.
Okay.
But if you look into the entirety of the whole interview, you might be able to agree with some of what he was saying. And if you didn't, that's fine. That's fine as well.
Yeah. Okay.
But just as a... Oh, yeah, let's get back to the question. Which one was your favorite Kanye?
Okay, so when you asked me this question,
Mm-hmm.
I originally said Late Registration.
Mm-hmm.
And you was like, huh? What? I got Late Registration. I'm going to say the first one is his best album because I went back and listened to all of them.
Yeah, same.
And but Late Registration had my favorite Kanye song on it. So I think I just went to that one like that's my favorite one because that's my jam.
Mm-hmm.
But the first one was his best album. Yes, easily.
Yeah, you can go back to that now with no skips.
No skips.
That's fair to say. I think, let's see. It's really hard for me to say which is my favorite Kanye. Because it's probably one of his darkest points. You know, the Kanye that was like, how sway? That's my favorite Kanye, to be honest.
Okay.
Because it almost felt like he was sleeping on himself a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And right after that period, we got the Yeezys. We got all of like him full-fledged in the fashion,
Mm-hmm.
all that kind of stuff. Because it almost felt like he was sleeping on himself in the sense that he thought that he needed all these extra influences, like all the influences from the fashion world, all the influences from the music world to make him successful. But in reality, the only thing he needed was to put all his resources together and do whatever it was.
Yeah.
So that would be my favorite Kanye. Favorite Kanye album is hard. Because, you know, we do have that period in the middle where I said that I wasn't with it as much, but he did have some bops on there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Let's see. Because I wrote notes. I wrote notes for this one. Let's see.
Okay. And then when you get done, I'm going to tell you my favorite Kanye.
Your favorite? Yeah, okay. Let's see. What album? I would go with... It's between College Dropout and...
She really got notes.
I do.
She's really...
It's between College Dropout and Life of Pablo.
Okay. Okay.
Just because Life of Pablo was revolutionary. Like, we had the whole floating stage situation with the tour. The whole experience of Life of Pablo was it for me.
Okay.
But nostalgia purposes, I definitely would say College Dropout.
Okay.
All right, so what's yours?
So, my favorite Kanye is College Dropout Kanye. The double polo.
You was rocking the double polos?
Hey, if I got pictures at Elaine house right now.
This boy was rocking. How come you didn't wear one today?
Nah. But I had pictures at Elaine house. What it was, the senior thing.
Grad bash.
Grad bash. Double polo, the plaid and the regular polo, you know, real clean. With the smoke jacket. All the way, yay. All the way, yay. Definitely.
He was wearing the smoke jacket. But when you went to school, did you have the backpack with the straps tight?
I did. Yay. But I wasn't no Jordan head and all that right there.
You was all the way there.
I was almost a yayer.
That's wild.
Yeah, I did do the yay though. That was clean though.
Yeah. They need to bring that back.
That
you
was
feel like they should bring that back?
Double polo?
Maybe not the double polo, but like the more preppy style.
I think prep never left. It's classic.
I'm waiting for this Kanye Gap thing to happen. I'll be back on the Gap.
Okay. Should never left Gap.
Why?
Yeah, I never loved Gap.
You didn't?
No.
You been wearing khakis?
Yeah, here and there.
Cargo shorts?
Here and there.
Wow.
Yeah. Clean. Get clean, you feel me?
Get clean with the cargo shorts, the dad shorts.
I'm a dad.
This is true.
Yeah.
That's the only way you pull that off.
Exactly.
With the kids. The rest of y'all, they'll be pulling up with the cargo shorts. Don't do it. Well, I mean, I brought Kanye up to bring this up. We talked about all of Kanye, his whole track record, things he had going on in his personal life. And I think it's kind of unfair how people are always willing to cancel cancel Kanye or cancel
I'm
anybody?
A counselor. I'm a counselor.
You're a counselor?
Yeah.
Did you cancel Kanye?
Yeah.
Wow.
We guarantee fresh.
Wow.
I counseled him, and he was my guy. If anybody know me, know Ye was my guy.
Mm-hmm.
I counsel Ye.
Well, I don't think it's fair that we necessarily cancel him, because a lot of things that happen with Kanye, we deal with on a personal level as well.
We do, though.
And we wouldn't want anyone to cancel us that way. So it's not fair that we would do that to him. Just not even saying that we've dealt with anything on the magnitude that Kanye did in terms of like fame and stardom. But we've all wanted to do things, or we've all had certain aspirations, and everybody says, oh, nah, you tripping with that one.
Yeah.
Oh, nah, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Or people talk bad about you, but then as soon as the thing pop, now they back with you. Yeah. And I think that's a lot of times what has happened to us as well as Ye.
Mm-hmm.
So have you had somebody on your team or that used to be on your team kind of cancel you in a sense for doing something that you want to do?
Yeah, say I couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
So how did you feel about that?
It was funny because I was actually in a moment of a power move for what I was doing per se. Mm-hmm. So as I'm talking about, man, it was crazy that 2-3 months ago I wasn't thinking about this position, but I'm finna do this power move for this. And man, blah 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 hadn't said that it wasn't going really.
Right.
But that's the
right.
All right, I ain't gonna go with detail, but
right.
Everybody can fill in these blanks.
Mm-hmm.
And it was crazy. I just like didn't. I was hot about it, but I didn't like defriend them or nothing like that. Mm-hmm. I took it as like I kind of look at everything now as you can't get mad at people for the way they are. Mm-hmm. That's how they made.
Right.
They made like that. That's just not how I'm made. But hey,
I think it's important to like look back at those times, especially at our age that we are now, because we've probably been through a lot of these times where we wanted to do something and somebody said, oh no, you shouldn't do that. Yeah. And when the person is telling you this, they're not necessarily coming from a bad place. They're just coming from their reality. They don't see what you see.
Why is that not a bad place?
That's not a bad place because I think people have good intentions for you when they're giving you this advice, but because they don't have the vision that you have for your life, they don't necessarily see it happen.
It's a bad place because it was never supportive in any way. So it was bad because if it was opposite, you would have been supporting that person first, even though you disagreed. Mm-hmm. So it's a bad place for me.
It's a bad place.
Yeah, like that's cool. Well, you didn't support me first.
Well, I think sometimes it's like a generational gap or a cultural gap that might cause these people to think this way. Because, our parents are of a certain generation. Mm-hmm. They worked a long time to get to where they are, to get to retirement, to have stable lifestyles for us. But our generation is more focused on a healthy, like, work-life balance. We want to be outside of the box. We don't necessarily want to work for someone for this long just to get benefits and do other things. So when your parents, not necessarily like us personally, but when your parents are saying, oh, no, you should do this, go to school, do this. But if you express an interest to do something that's outside of the box, the first instinct is not to say, oh, I support you. The first instinct is to say, well, you need to go get your education first, and then you do that.
Correct.
So that's why I mean, like, it's not necessarily from a bad place. It's just from their reality and what they know.
Okay. I can agree with that.
Yeah. So I think that a lot of people come from that place, and just because their scope, the way they look at life is not as broad as how you think about it, I don't think we should be upset with them that they don't have that same view, or they don't see that same aspiration for their life. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I've also dealt with that kind of feeling from people that I love and saying, oh, I want to do this. Well, no, I don't know if that's a good idea. Everybody doing. Well, why should you be concerned about what everybody's doing? Like, because everybody's doing this doesn't mean it's not going to pop for you?
No, I don't. These things I can't answer. Like, I don't know why I go like that, but it could pop for you, and you could be the best at that.
At that.
Like, but that's why I say, that's why I'm sticking on my, it's a bad place, because you could have supported me first. You could have killed my dream with your reality. And that's a problem.
Have you ever been on the other end of that?
Telling somebody they can't?
Not that they can't. Maybe that is not a good idea.
No. Yes, but you know what I did? I supported first.
Right.
And that's why I'm coming from this. I know I supported first. And then maybe while it's going on, if the things that I felt was going to happen start to occur, hey, I figured this might happen, so you might want to, you know what I'm saying? Maybe if you do it like this, you won't. I never want to be, I'm not power hungry. Like, I never been that kind of person. So I tell you, like, hey, do it like this, you know what I'm saying? I want to see everybody win. I don't want to, that other stuff don't matter. So yeah, I have, but I waited. Supported.
Right.
First.
That's important. I think even in terms of kids, just like we saw that little boy give all those list of things he can do.
Yeah.
I think that when a kid comes to you and tell you, I want to do this, like, we shouldn't be so quick to give them our reality.
So I did that.
You did?
I'm sorry I cut you off. I did that.
Okay.
I knew he was going, and I got to admit I did that. Shout out to Lyric, my firstborn, beautiful baby.
Hey, Lyric.
Lyric told me, Daddy, I want to be an astronaut. No, I don't like that. And I gave her all the reasons why. Listen, you know you're going to be going from Earth, not your house,
Yeah.
Earth, like 7 years. No. And I don't see you for 7 years. And you, no.
Lyric could be making history out here.
She could be. I'm being honest because we don't guarantee you fresh. I told my daughter, I said, no, I it's bad, but I love my kids. I don't want you to be gone for 7 years.
True.
In somewhere that you have no control over. Like, it's no control. So that's the main reason. I don't think anybody should be anywhere where they have no control.
That's a profession.
No control.
So what if she comes back 10 years later? It's like, Dad, I really want to be an astronaut. 10 years. Because you got about that much time. A little bit.
Okay.
10 years later. Because now you know she's serious about it.
Okay, now I know she's serious. I'm going with it. But as a kid, maybe, no, don't do that. I said that.
Not an astronaut.
Not an astronaut. No, oh my, no. No control. No control.
Okay.
No control.
But I think we have to be careful about what we tell kids they can't do.
You're right.
Because I know a lot of kids out here want to be YouTubers.
Do you support it?
I do.
Okay.
Not without parental guidance or without some kind of supervision. But I do support that because media changes all the time. The wave of like the internet and success and is not what we thought it was. Like, people are out here literally making careers for themselves, and it's starting on the internet. TikTok has made how many kids millionaires?
Yeah.
So I would support it. Like, I don't have any kids yet, but I think even if my nieces said, hey, we want to start a YouTube channel, and their parents are on board with it, I would do anything I could to help them out. Even if it's short-lived, because kids have to try things to know if they really want to do it or not. But let them experiment with as many things as they want to experiment.
Definitely.
And then you see what sticks. It's kind of what we're doing anyway as adults. Like, you do, if you're somebody who thinks out of the box, you want to do something that's not conventional, you pretty much do what you want to do until it sticks. So why not do that while you're young?
Makes sense.
Makes sense to me?
Yeah, definitely. Valid points.
So, let's see. I have some other questions I want to ask you. Okay. So, we're talking about people having your best interest at heart. But I think in terms of that competition that we were talking about last week.
The fans.
Well, how do you think that those people who come with you with good intentions, do you think they secretly don't want you to do this thing because of the fear that you might succeed?
Do I think they secretly don't want me to succeed?
Yeah.
The people that come help?
No, the people that tell you, well, I'm going to give you, I think you should be more realistic. Or the people that tell you, oh no, I think you need to come down to earth a little bit and do such and such. Do you think those people secretly want you to be more successful than them?
You got to say that come across their mind, but it's hard to say because if they think that your idea is so minute, they can't possibly be thinking that you about to blow like that. It could be, but you gotta. It kind of play out like how they holler at you. If they really say like talk down on it, they could think your idea is so minute.
Not gonna lie, I didn't even think about this when I planned this episode. But you see what that says right there?
Oh yeah. You know what? They know where we at, correct?
I don't think they know where we at.
So should I tell the backstory? Or should I just
sure, go ahead.
Guessing?
Go ahead.
Hey, so the owner of the place where we at, when I first came in here, when it first opened up, I don't know what I was doing. I was sitting right over there. You can't see, but just minding my business. I think the fight was on or something. And I happened to look up at that sign. I was like, oh man. And I told him, one day the people who never believe in you will talk about you like they met you. So it was a situation going on right there happening in that moment. And I'm like, I'm not gonna go into detail, but it was happening. And I'm like, this, and as it was happening, I'm like, this can't be happening. And I just happened to look up and seeing that, and I was like, that's crazy. And he just happened to be walking by at that moment. I say, bro, I need that on a shirt, man. I told him that. He said, oh, we already got one,
Yeah.
But definitely like that right there is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One day, the people who never believed in you will talk about how they met you.
Oh, yeah, I knew him. Yeah. Talking about them Hawaii chicken wings? Yeah, him. I knew her. The one that be at Starbucks all the time?
Stop it. We're not going to put me out about my Starbucks
addiction.
addiction.
I knew her. Hey.
And I think it's always like that to a certain extent. Like we talked about last week, people don't want to really get on your bandwagon until
it's popping,
or they think that you're successful. You don't even really have to be successful. You just have to appear to be successful, and then everybody's on your bandwagon. So I think for anybody who's watching this, that's important to notice. Like you may be posting on Instagram, you may promoting the heck out of your business, and just think that it's not going anywhere. Somebody's watching it.
Yes.
Somebody's watching. So don't stop doing what you're doing for your best interest just because it appears that nobody's looking at it right now.
And the comments that y'all tell y'all friends for whatever they're doing, whatever they're promoting, that y'all text to their phone, leave that in their comments. That can help them out with their business. Definitely.
Now, let's bring this back to how it relates to Kanye. When he said that he was going to start making this clothing, and he brought out the clothing, and it's all neutral tones. It's like tan, brown, gray, and it got holes in it.
Trash.
The first thing people said, nobody about to buy that. Nobody's going to do that. Nobody going to support that. And then they saw the price tag that was on it. Oh, no, definitely not buying that. But did he sell out?
He sold out.
He brought out these basic shoes in collaboration with Adidas. Yeezys. I don't know what number Yeezy we on at this point.
How many Yeezys you got?
I don't have any Yeezys.
Okay.
We broke over here. But soon, maybe. Maybe we'll have some. But he's brought out these shoes, different colors, same style, a lot of times. And you can't get your hands on any of them because as soon as they are for sale, they're sold out. So what if Kanye would have listened to the person that said, "Oh no, nobody gonna buy those shoes"? Where would he be?
The reason that won't work for Kanye because whoever told Kanye that it's not gonna work, I'm pretty sure he said, "I'm Kanye." I'm pretty sure that was his response.
It's a fact.
I know.
But why can't we have that kind of confidence?
I do. I mean, I don't know. A lot of people might not have that.
I don't.
And it's I guess it could be. I guess that's why I knew he said that. Like, what you mean? Kanye, they're gonna buy it. But yeah, so why can't they have that? I should be asking you the question.
I don't know. I mean, I guess it just comes back to like your self doubt. Like maybe they'll be right, and maybe they know something I don't know. Maybe I'm looking at myself like I'm more than I am to think that I could do this.
So how can Kanye be like your guy and motivate you? Like if Kobe's my guy, he motivated me. I kind of live by certain principles he live by because that's why he my guy. So if Kanye do that for you, why you don't take that route of, what you mean? I'm cashling. That sounded good, man. Say it one more time. Come on now.
I'm cashling.
Nah, man.
I'm just saying though, like I have those moments where I'm super confident, super driven. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. This was gonna be. They're either gonna like it or they're not. And that's moment. Those are moments. To live in that is a little bit different.
You gotta live in that.
That's different.
You gotta live in that. It's nothing better than being cocky about something. Another reason why I like Kobe. And then taking care of business.
Ooh.
Like I told you I was finna drop 80 on your head. You didn't listen? Like that's a whole different kind of feeling when you do that. I told you we finna win this game, and we did it.
True.
I told you they gonna buy these clothes, and they sold out. How big can your head get off that moment?
Massive. I already had a big head. I don't need it to be.
Then you call yourself Jesus because the dots connecting. Okay.
The dots are connecting. I got it.
Yeah.
I understand. I'm gonna work on it. I'm gonna work on it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard.
Nah.
To be honest.
We can start right now. You look in that camera and say, "Cause I'm cashling." Put in the comments if y'all want her to say, "Cause I'm cashling" right now. On the next show, please. I'm
gonna do a whole Yeezy rant.
Yes.
A Yeezy like rant if we get like 250 views or something like that.
Okay. 250 views. Every time y'all share this video, make sure y'all say, "Cause I'm cashing it." Please. And
then I'll do it.
Ooh. It's finna happen.
I'm scared.
It's finna happen.
I'm scared. Oh man, I didn't expect this to turn on me. I'm getting hot. All right. So when people are comparing, and speaking of comparison culture, because that's huge right now. Like people can't even get on social media without comparing themselves to the first person they see on their timeline. Is that true?
Where?
What do you mean?
Who does that?
Everyone.
Never.
Literally everyone.
Compare yourself to the first person you seen?
On your Instagram.
No.
What?
What are you talking about?
That's a real thing. Like you try to make it sound like that's not a real thing. That's definitely a real thing.
No.
Like it's really people out here who will delete a post if it don't get a certain amount of likes. What?
So social media for me is just like a online photo book. Depending on which app you're on. It wasn't for likes. Sometimes you need your memory for yourself. My favorite thing on Facebook right now is memories. I don't live for nothing but that. That's what I want to see. Like what I was doing this time last year, 2 years ago. This date. I don't care about nothing. I don't care about no statuses on my. I ain't looking at that. I seen that video a lot of times. I never press play. The one you had.
Why?
Cause I'm looking at memories. Oh, that was. Dang, look how old lyric was. Dang, and that's it. I ain't really worried about nothing else. Like, but I'm being honest. Like I don't even be noticing what be going on.
I mean, like you one in 100,000 people, maybe.
You said who?
Like you're one in 100,000 people. Everyone else, a lot of other people.
Okay.
Get on social media. Their intent may be to share something good that happened with them, but when they start scrolling, it's like, oh, this person living doing this, and it's not always like a celebrity or something. It's somebody that you know.
Okay.
And they look like they're living so much better than you. So when your posts don't get a certain amount of likes or don't get a certain type of attention, like we tend to kind of take it down or think that we're not doing as well. And people kind of internalize these things, like what social medias tell you your worth is. as opposed to what is really valuable.
Yeah.
And I think that's what stops a lot of people from actually being who they want to be, like in a larger sense, because you're so concerned about people judging you, and like actually doing something and saying, oh, I'm going to start this or I'm going to do that, becomes frightening because you're scared about what people are going to say about it.
Okay.
I don't know. That's just how I feel. That's how I feel about that. And I mean, I think we could take a note from Kanye's book and being confident about whatever it is that we're doing, even when people say, oh, no, that's not going to do well. Because right now, we're looking at a 2020 presidential candidate. Everybody say he can't do it, but he's doing it. Whether he wins or not is a completely different thing. But to actually just have the courage to say, I'm going to put myself out here, I'm going to do this. And he's campaigning for real. Like, I don't know if y'all been keeping up with him on Instagram or Twitter. Like, he's really out here campaigning. Now, if he was a different type of candidate, if he was like one of the main candidates and he did that type of campaigning, I would not doubt for 1 minute that he would win. Because his campaign is like amazing.
It is.
Yeah. It's like one of the most creative campaigns I've ever seen.
You got to check it out.
You definitely do. He wrote a poem. It was so cute. He wrote a poem to pretty much to our future as Americans. It's pretty much his platform, but in a creative way.
Yeah.
So I mean, I can respect that. Even if you want to do it again, like that's still like a major feat in being courageous. Because you're not just saying, oh, I want to be a rapper, like I want to be a successful rapper. He's saying, oh, I want to be the leader of the United States of America.
Hey. What other rapper could run for president, though?
I don't know. Like right when you said that, my brain went blank. Because I can't really think of one that would even want to be the president of the United States at this point.
T.I. probably.
You think so?
He'll probably try it.
I don't know if you want to be a politician.
I don't know. That's the only one I can think of that even.
He's definitely a person for the people. I can say that. But I don't know if he would necessarily want to be a mayor or president or anything like that.
Maybe later on. Could be.
Can he be a president? I don't think he can.
I told you the rules, what you got to be.
No, but he got a record.
Does have a record.
He been down.
Yeah, big record.
Okay. Yeah. So, let's see. My last question for today is, what can we do to make each other feel more comfortable about our life changes? Because we've gone through Kanye. We've known Kanye from College Dropout to now his Jesus is King album. And throughout that whole thing, like he has gone through like ups and downs. You know, he went through his mom, the whole Amber Rose, the whole Taylor Swift. Like we remember all these Kanyes. Now he's with Kim and his battle with mental illness. And sometimes it's hard to get people who've known us for a long time to accept who we are now. Yeah. Like what can we do to help each other feel more comfortable with changing? Because, you know, you go to high school, and a lot of people, high school is their prime. Sad to say. Okay. High school is the prime of who they are. And you see this person 10 years down the line, and this person has gone through a lot of life changes. They might have become a parent. They might have gone through certain relationships. They might have lost somebody who was important to them, and it really impacted them a certain way. So when you meet them 10 years later and expect them to be the same person that they were when you met them, is that fair? And what can we do to be more accepting of who people are now? It is fair. While you was talking, I was thinking more of how could I tell somebody, like, I can't think of how you said the question, but what I would do is kind of show them who they were before they got to where they at now. If you're talking about Kanye, from Kanye to the gospel album, if he can't find himself, let's go back to College Dropout. How did you feel writing this song? What was your mindset? Like, you remember how you was
in this moment. Whether you're doing that with a person, you going back to, let's go back to that memory on Facebook. You remember this moment, you know, stuff like that. And I think that can mold a person too, because that kind of can remind themselves of who they are. Because the bigger you get, you take on a whole new identity, and you begin to change, and you forget who you are. That's why, you know, most people, when they say they move out the hood, you change, you acting different.
Well, what's wrong with change?
Nothing's wrong with change, but sometimes certain people have to get reminded. So this question is kind of going to be different for kind of on the person you're dealing with. Maybe you don't have to take this route with that person, but if they are somebody who forgot where they came from, or forgot who they are, you may have to remind them in, you know, various different ways. But if they're different, you got to just, you know, there's a different route for everybody.
Well, I don't know. I think someone trying to keep you in that identity that they remember of you can be a little bit crippling, because I might have been a certain way when you met me, but I've grown. Like I've blossomed. Somebody used to tell me that, oh, you're blossoming for a long time, and I never understood what that meant. But from 10 years ago, like, you might have blossomed into the person that you felt like you were meant to be. And the person that's trying to keep you back in that place, it can be a little bit crippling, because now you have more to offer. But if they view you in that small way that they viewed you then, like, I don't know if that's fair. I don't know if that's fair to someone, because now you have a lot more to offer them, or offer the situation, and they don't see you as that.
So how would you go about that?
I don't know. I mean, usually I just leave the whole situation alone. Just leave that person where they at and go do what I'm supposed to do somewhere else. You
have to relearn that person in that moment. You have to ask those questions to figure out who they are now, so you can know how to play them and know how to support them and know how to, you know, X, Y, and Z. But you got to relearn that person in that moment, or it's not going to work. Because you can't avoid it. You tell me you get in the room with Kanye, you're just going to be, look, you know, just like that.
I'd be scared. I'd be so scared.
What she should do is say, you've been working on this line all day, on all episode.
Hi, I'm Cash Lindsay. I'm joking, y'all. I know, I get it. You have to be confident with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think as you grow, sometimes you have to find a new circle too. Because the people that were in your circle 10, 15 years ago may not be the people who are meant to be in your circle now.
That's a tough one.
You think?
Yeah, I'm not really into picking new people to be around.
But sometimes you have to, I won't say change your circle, but sometimes your circle just evolves as you move into new spaces. You don't think so?
I'd rather just, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to knock the person off and just keep going for me. I'm not finna add no more.
What if somebody else has something to offer, something good to offer you as a friend? Yeah,
but adding to my circle is a different thing as a friend.
How so?
You can be beneficial from afar. You don't have to be close-knit to do that.
What's wrong with bringing somebody into the circle, though? Like, what kind of, is it a threat? Like, what do you think happens?
You don't want everybody in your game room.
Not everybody.
So nobody. If they weren't there from the jump, I don't know why I would trust them that far along. That's just my mind state.
Right.
I mean, I can't speak for everybody else, but I just would just go. I'm just gonna keep going.
Because what I found as a friendless person out here, I'm gonna stop saying that. I would say I don't have I wouldn't consider what I have a circle. I got people that I've been around for a very long time. Of course, some certain people that I will confide in, but I feel like if you compare me to who I was in high school, if you compare me to who you met in college, a lot of people, we go in separate directions, and those separate directions could mean like a state of mind and aspirations, and a lot of things that people go off to do like just means that they don't line up with what you're doing in your life right now. Not to say that you can't be friends, you can't be associates, but now you just can't be in the inner circle anymore. Your position has just changed. So sometimes when you go into a new phase of your life, there's another person that's there to kind of like step in as like, I won't say best friend, but step in as the person who's like who you play close now.
You're right. But I tried it once and it came back and bit me. So I ain't doing it no more.
Oh, you scarred.
Yep.
It scarred you.
Yep.
I understand.
It came back and bit me, so no, I ain't doing that no more. I feel crazy for even doing that. I should never did that. Because I should have stuck to my morals and code of ethics. And I never had this problem. I ain't doing it no more.
It's necessary sometimes.
Nah.
Because let's just say you have what you have going on right now and it's going well. Like you're at a certain level. Let's just say there's a person who wants to be your friend or wants to be a close friend to you, and that connection could take you to a whole nother level.
Okay.
Are you going to bypass that opportunity? Are you going to just kind of say, oh, I don't want anybody else in my friend circle, and leave that opportunity behind, that blessing behind, because you don't want to let this person close to you?
No, I'm going to let them in, but it's not going to be on the inner circle level. Maybe they may feel, we are being honest,
deception,
that they are on an inner circle level, but there's only a certain few that's on that level. And you can be a close associate, but nope. And I probably wouldn't even do it just because I wouldn't mix business like that. I'm not. Nope. I miss that. People don't play right, man. I'm just saying, guarantee you fresh.
I mean,
I'm sticking to my morals and code of ethics for the rest of my life.
It's something for everybody. And that's his code of ethics.
Definitely.
And we're gonna respect that on Guarantee You Fresh. I don't know. I mean, I think what I've taken from this whole episode is like there's no one particular way to think about it. Like no particular way to think about your own growth or how we should treat anybody else. Because you think it's fair to compare somebody who like to their past, and I think that we shouldn't compare anybody.
Yeah.
Just because I want to leave room to know like who you are now. And
I want to be able to track your growth.
Yeah. I want to get to know who you are now, because maybe who you are now I would say maybe you've grown in a way. Not a lot of people grow out here, and that's just sad to say. Like a lot of people get older, but not a lot of people grow up. I saw somebody post that. Who posted that?
Shout out to Jevy.
Jevy posted that.
Yes.
A lot of people get older, but not a lot of people grow up. But you won't know if they've done that unless you give them the opportunity to show you that they've done that. So, I mean, we have two different perspectives. I mean, that's what that's all about, the yin and the yang here on Guaranteed Fresh. And we're using Kanye as an example to show this, because we've seen his growth, and we've seen our own growth, and you know what it's like to be compared and know what it's like to have people try to step on your dreams, but you still got to do it. So, I mean, the positive thing to leave this with is, despite what anybody has said to you or about what you want to do, you were given this vision for a reason. It is not for anybody to say whether it's going to be successful for you or not, because you know where you want it to go, whether your close friends, family members, associates say that it's going to go somewhere or not. It's up to you to actually go ahead and execute it. What do you guys say about that?
You're blossoming.
Thank you.
Now that was dope for real though.
Blossoming.
You're blossoming.
Thank you so much.
Killed that. That was tough.
Thank you.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I think that's all we got. Unless you want to talk about something else.
This was actually a great topic. Like, you put a great spin on this.
Thank
you.
you.
Did your thing.
Thanks.
Hey, it was a great topic.
Amazing. All right. So, what do you want to leave the people with this week?
Go vote. Roll to the polls, drop it at the trop.
This is the last week to do that, right?
Drop it. That's why I'm doing the dance, because you're not going to roll to the polls, drop it at the trop. Roll to the polls, drop it at the.
Do that.
I'll make a TikTok for that, man. That's one.
Oh boy, he's on TikTok.
Yeah.
You dance?
With my children, of course I do.
What kind of dances you be doing on TikTok?
Follow me and find out.
You don't be doing the savage.
I don't know what that is.
Oh.
Yeah, but I do. Whatever they want to do, we going to do it.
You dance the WAP?
Whatever they want. If they say, Daddy, let's do this, we own it. Let's go. Let's go.
I saw a video you showing them all the old dances.
Yeah, old dances are better than new dances.
You think so?
Yes.
I don't know. How far back you gonna go, Will?
Bankhead or the wall. Bankhead or the wall. Bankhead. You do the bankhead bounce and I'll do the wall. Go.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
Hey, I tried.
I can't. Whoa. I can't do that.
So I'll do the bankhead, you do the wall.
You know you do the whoa.
Okay, so you do the bankhead.
I can't bankhead either. So sorry. Maybe we'll insert a clip of somebody doing the bankhead and you can go ahead and do the whoa.
Nah.
No?
Nah.
Okay. Well, I will say I did listen to Detroit 2.
Okay.
I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I think Big Sean is he's definitely underrated, but
Yeah.
he has a lot of inspirational tracks on his thing.
Yes.
Like you always come away from one of his tracks motivated, which I will say is kind of rare these days because a lot of people rapping about a whole bunch of nothing.
Whole bunch of nothing.
So if you haven't listened to Detroit 2, go listen to that. You think we should do a guaranteed fresh inspo playlist?
That'd be dope.
You think so? Put in the comments if we should do that. I think a playlist might be good for us. Because I definitely need things to listen to throughout the week that keep me going. And I think Beyonce has heard enough of me.
Okay. I'm going to give you an R&B album, Lucky Day. Lucky Day. Lucky Day.
Mm-hmm.
That's the artist.
Oh.
Tough.
Lucky Day. Y'all go listen to Lucky Day.
Yeah. D-A-Y-E.
Yeah. Well, what I've been doing is just finding different music. I mean, Apple playlists kind of are hit or miss, but I've just been trying to find different music to uplift myself. Sometimes it's hip hop, sometimes it's gospel, sometimes it's R&B, just anything that can uplift my spirits. So, if you have anything that you want to suggest that I listen to, put it in the comments.
James Brown.
I've listened to James Brown. He don't give me he doesn't get me there. Maybe I need a couple more years and then he'll get me there.
Okay.
Maybe.
That was a low blow, low key.
Was it a low blow?
Nah, go ahead. You got
I'm
it.
just saying, I feel like I might, because you know how your parents listen to certain things
Yeah.
a long time ago and it kind of hit different when you get older, you mature into it.
My parents were listening to James Brown, so I just got up on them.
Oh.
Yeah. All church music.
Same here.
Hey, so.
All the choir songs.
Yeah.
But, songs hit different when you get older. The meanings kind of sink in a little bit more. They mean more. So maybe, in a 2022-ish, I'll be on the James Brown.
Gotcha.
And I'm going to get back to you and tell you how it made me feel. But, yeah, drop it in the comments if you have any music that I should listen to that'll keep me uplifted. I've been listening to lo-fi beats. You ever heard those?
Mm-mm.
Lo-fi beats are, kind of hip-hop, trap-ish, but, calm. Kind of got a jazzy kind of vibe to it, and I go to sleep to those.
I'll check that out.
Yeah, it has a beat to it, so it's not boring you to death.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something you can actually vibe to, but it's real soothing.
Okay.
Get on that lo-fi beats.
Gotcha.
All right. So we're so happy that you all tuned in for this conversation this week. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have anything to say about Kanye, whether you love him, hate him, let us know. This is we're wrapping up episode 5.
Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4.
5. We're wrapping up episode 5 of Guaranteed Fresh. You can follow the show at Guaranteed X Fresh on Facebook, Guaranteed X Fresh on Instagram, Guaranteed X Fresh on SoundCloud, and you can follow him
Brickmon Televalles
on Instagram. You can follow me at Cashlin_official on Instagram, and we'll see y'all next week. Bye.
You ready, Sam?
Yeah.
We tell everybody what they can be when they grow up. They can be anything. You ready?
Yes.
Let's go.
You can be an A. You can be an architect. Sketch a building to kiss the sky. You can be a B. You can be a biochemist. Make medicine save lives. You can be a C. Computer software developer with programs and systems and files. You can be a D. You can be a dentist. Cause everybody loves to smile. You can be an E. You can be an engineer. can solve problems of all kinds. Chemical, mechanical, electrical, use the power of your mind. You can be an F, you can be a firefighter, fight fires in red trucks. You can be a G, gastroenterologist, deal with problems in the gut. You can be an H, hospital administrator, hospitals need leaders. You can be an I, intelligence officer, the FBI kind of people. You can be a J, you can be a judge, help people who seek justice. You can be a K, kindergarten teacher, those kids are young and restless. You can be an L, you can be a lawyer, cause people need to know their rights. You can be an M, mobile app developer, like the people that made Fortnite. You can be an N, you can be a nurse, medical care for the masses. You can be an O, optometrist, for people that need eyeglasses. You can be a P, paramedic, for medical emergencies. You can be a Q, quantum physicist, of particles and energy. You can be an R, researcher, find cures for disease. You can be an S, stockbroker, you get to work with money. You can be a T, truck mechanic, trucks are critical transportation. You can be a U, university president, mold the future of your nation. You can be a V, video game designer, with Xboxes and PlayStations. You can be a W, web developer. It's an online occupation. Now take that S. You can be your own boss, make impact on the world. And with that Y, you can be your own boss. Tell me boy and girl. And with that Z, Z is to strive. You can reach the sky if you try. Just don't be a Z, just don't be a zombie. And let the world